Okay, so I have all the pieces cut out and taped together. So make sure that when you're putting them together, the circle with the scissors lines up, all the lines line up, you know, the edges, and as you go through these, they're labeled, so you know there's 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, there's section part 3, 4 is the gusset, or the edge, or the sides of the purse, and then 5, it's going to be the back side pocket with a zipper. And I have these, there's labels on them, so you know what they are. Like the interior pocket, it's going to be the inside. Okay, so then, you know, there's details around how the holes should line up. There's the back side. So these holes will be for the zipper pocket on the back. And it even says right here, just so you know. So here it is. I'm going to decide what kind of leather I'm going to use. Probably not something too lightweight, but I don't want it too thick either. So maybe 4 to 5 ounce leather, medium temper, so it's not too stiff, it's not too floppy. But maybe some of I might want some thicker leather or firmer leather for things like the buckles and where the magnet's going to go. So this stitches to the front, and stiffer leather for the things like this, but since they're not going to really bend that much, you know, you want something strong and sturdy. It's not going to bend or you know, get worn easy. So I might get something like that. You'll also notice that on the template there's sizing. So I include sizing for things like the side, where the side straps are going to go. The sizes for these are all on the actual, before you cut it out. Sizing is all there in inches, since that's easier for me and that's what I have access to here in the States. So if you need to convert that to millimeters or centimeters, go ahead, and I'm going to pick out some leather and then tape it down, and I'll show you how that looks. Okay, here they are, except for one. Got them taped down to the leather, and I wanted to show you that it's a darker brown leather. Has a little bit of sheen to it. Like I said, it's about 4 or 5 ounces. Has medium temper. It does have a little bit of pull up to it, so that'll be nice. I think it'll come out really well. But so yeah, nice dark brown, and I'll probably pair that with maybe some white or cream colored thread, and then some antique bronze hardware. But I have them taped down to the pieces of leather that I cut out. So what I'm going to do now is start punching out the holes. So I'll punch the holes and show you that, and then after that it's just a matter of cutting along the lines here, making sure that everything lines up. So I will do that and come right back. Okay, so I have the holes all punched out, and you can see those there. So they're taped down as I showed before, and I started using some of the half punches to just punch around the areas. I also went ahead, and my knife wasn't very sharp, so it's messing with the paper, but cut out the area for the zipper. I have that somewhere. But I just wanted to also let you know that these things are optional. Like if you don't want the zipper pocket on the back side of the purse, then simply don't cut this out from the pattern, obviously. But then also on this side, on this side, on the back side, you wouldn't punch out these holes, right? So these holes are, like I said, for the back zipper. They're also for the interior pocket. So if you do want the interior pocket but don't want the zipper, then you would just punch out the holes that would go up to here. So you would just kind of measure like where this goes up to here. So it's the 1, 2, 3, fourth hole here is the first hole here. So you just start 1, 2, 3, 4. You would start this one, go until the 1, 2, 3, fourth here. So you punch from there all the way around. If you want just the interior pocket, right? Or if you wanted to put the interior pocket on the outside, you can do that too. Or, put the interior pocket on the outside and put the zipper pocket on the inside. Then of course you would just leave this alone, but you'd sew it differently. Yeah, so there's a little bit of options on how you want to sew this and put it together. That's totally up to you. It just makes it a little bit more versatile. So, yeah, just be aware of the holes that you would need to punch out or not, and then, act accordingly. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting these out from the leather, and then I'll show you how those look. Okay, so I have all the pieces cut out, and I'm just gonna show you these real quick. Hold on a second. Okay, so here they are with cut out. Got the holes punched, looking nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably start with putting the magnets through here, stitching here to the front. Same thing, this one, go here, and then put the magnets. You can see the holes there, the lines where the little prongs go through. Stitch this together with a 1 inch, buckle. Actually, what I need to do before I do that is bevel, or put bevel and then burnish these before I stitch them down, and then clean up the edges a little bit, just from the half round punches that I used. So I'll run a little bit of sandpaper over those, and then I just use a Dremel, and I have attachment with the sandpaper, and I just run around it, and then I have this attachment for the burnishing. So I use that, and I got my big old jar of Tokonol here to help with that. So that's what I'm actually going to do first. Do some edge beveling and burnishing, and then I'll start on the fronts and putting the D-ring keepers on the side here. But yeah, before that, I need to do the edges of all these so that it looks nice once I stitch it together. And I'll show you that here a little bit. So I'm gluing down the zipper. First, I took a measurement of like where I wanted the end of it to be, or I wanted the head of the zipper to be. And the opening from end to end is 6 inches, but the zipper was 7. So the end of the zipper is about right here and extends past a little here. But I'm gluing it down first, and then I will cut off the ends underneath and the ends over here. So just so you're aware of the size of this opening, the size of the opening is 6 inches. So if you have a 6-inch zipper, perfect. If not, just cut off a little bit when you go to glue it down. So I'm gluing it down first, and then I'm going to come back and punch through these holes and through the zipper, and then sew it. So that's how I kind of do this with the zippers. And then any of the extra ends bits on the other side, I'll cut off and make sure they don't stick out anywhere. But I use, like I've shown in other videos, I use just thumbtacks to my punch pad to hold this thing down for a little bit until it's set, and then I can punch through these holes and sew it up. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Okay, so I went ahead and, like I said, last time I punched the holes, and I went ahead and stitched the zipper. Stitched that down. Pretty easy to do. I beveled and burnished some of these pieces that I'm going to use earlier, and these pieces here. So what I did first, and these have the magnets on them. So first what I did was bevel and burnish these pieces. Then I inset the magnet on both of them, and then applied some glue on the back side of the leather piece, stuck them down, let them get nice and tacky and get there in place. Sewed these and made sure there's some really good, overlapping stitches there, because this is going to get pulled on quite a bit, when used. And then I made this piece that has the backside to the magnet. So I burnished these, nice. Put the stitch along here after the buckle, of course. And these are 1 inch buckles. So I put the buckle through, stitch this piece, put the magnet through, make sure you tighten it down in between, and then you stitch around. So I made 2 of these, and just kind of place them to make sure that when this goes into place, that these can rotate and are going to line up. And make sure this one right here as well. So when this lines up, that this line up here too. So, and then you can also test with these here, just kind of placement wise, as far as the gusset here, the side piece can be about that big. If you want to just estimate, and then line this up, and then put this piece here. So you just kind of guesstimate, or just kind of estimate where it's going to lie. I might need to put one more hole, and I might need to bring this point up a little bit, but probably not, because as soon as this curves, this is going to have a curve in, it's going to curve over. It's probably going to be okay, but we'll get to that as soon as we get to that part in the process. For now, since I have this piece done, I need to burnish around the edge, and then also this piece is the interior piece. So I'm going to connect these 1, 2, and 3. So this is going on the outside. Like that, look nice. And then this piece will go on the inside, right about there. So that'll look nice too. So I'm going to put these 3 pieces together, sew those together, stitch them up, and then we'll take it from there. All right. Okay, so I have the I can't remember where I left off, but so I got the inside done, right? And I think I already showed you the backside got stitched. Put the keepers on for the sides over here and the other side, And I went ahead and stitched the side to the front and back. So you can see the front here. Here's the flaps coming inside. I still need to put the front flap, attach it here to the back side here like this. So I'm gonna do that next, and then we'll talk about the straps for the sides, or the shoulder straps, and how to measure that, and we'll take it from there. So yeah, I need to just put this back flap so it's here. You can see it's gonna go flush up against this back zipper pocket. It's gonna go down and one around. So this flappies, then one more right here. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so I finished it up. I got the flap, top flap stitched on there, looking good. And I got the straps, front straps, riveted, stitched, and put on here. You'll notice, like I said last time, these are with magnets, but if you wanted to stitch these to it, you know, that'd be fine. They're pretty easy to put back on there, and they're pretty firm. So yeah, so I got the side pieces here. Let me open it and show you what it's like on the inside. So there's the inside, has a little pocket there for you if you need it, and then the two little sides here to kind of keep it secure. When you're done. So I need to make the shoulder strap now, and I'm going to mimic the same design that's on the side here with the one rivet and then the two lines of stitching. That's what I did here. It's one rivet, 2 line stitching, and then this is a lobster claw, I think it's called, but it's a swivel. So I have this side. I'm going to finish up the other side and then take some pictures. But yeah, I think it came out nice. If you have any questions, let me know. Zipper looks good. It has a nice color to it. It has a little bit of a pull up, so it's nice. This is gonna wear really nice because it's gonna look pretty high quality. I mean, you can use whatever leather you want. This is a little bit stiffer. It has a little bit of a gloss to it, a little bit of a sheen, but which is why I chose it. But if you wanted to do something a little bit, I don't know if I would go any thinner than this. It needs to be pretty sturdy to hold up for this side, or else it's gonna kind of flop around. So I wouldn't recommend using lighter weight, but if you have something that's a medium or a little bit stiffer leather, then that would probably be okay. All right. Okay, so like I mentioned, the shoulder strap, the end pieces are going to be just like I designed for the sides. So you have the rivet and the 5 holes, then there's the fold area and the 5 holes in the rivet. So I'm gonna do this. I'm doing the same design for the straps, and I found out these are called trigger closures because they have a little trigger on here. So I went ahead and I made this piece with the buckle is going to be 12 inches long. Between from rivet to rivet, it's exactly 4 inches, and the fold is right there in the middle where this goes. So with a buckle on one side, it's 12 inches long before you fold it, and then this piece, the longer piece with the holes, you're going to cut that to length to your preference, just so it sits, so that the purse sits about at your waist or your hip bone. I think is where it's supposed to lie. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and pattern. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm always looking for ways to improve this. And thanks. Enjoy it.